In this video, you will learn about the Section 3 record-keeping requirements, the process for filing a Section 3 complaint, how to comply with Section 3 when multiple sources of funding are included in a project, and the key takeaways from the final rule. The final rule requires that HUD have access to all recipient records, reports, and other documents that are maintained to demonstrate compliance with the Section 3 requirements. Recipients or their subrecipients, contractors, and subcontractors must maintain documentation to ensure that workers meet the Section 3 worker or targeted Section 3 worker definitions. This documentation must be maintained for the time period required for record retentions, according to applicable program regulations, or according to 2 CFR 200, if there are no applicable program regulations. Complaints alleging failure of compliance must be reported to the local HUD field office or directly to the responsible program office. When a complaint is received, staff in the appropriate field office will gather facts. If the facts indicate that a Section 3 violation may have occurred, the field office will notify the involved PHA, request a written response, and work with the PHA or other recipient toward a resolution. Now, let's review how to handle projects that include multiple sources of funding. For projects that include public housing financial assistance and HCD assistance, recipients of public housing financial assistance must follow Subpart B of the requirements for the targeted Section 3 worker definition and the prioritization of effort requirements. For reporting, recipients of public housing financial assistance must report on projects as a whole, identify the multiple associated recipients, and must report to the applicable program office. To wrap things up, let's review some key points of the Section 3 final rule. PHAs or other recipients will need to track and report on total labor hours worked on projects and contracts funded with public housing financial assistance each fiscal year. PHAs or other recipients must report annually on the total number of labor hours worked with public housing financial assistance, Section 3 labor hours worked, and targeted Section 3 labor hours worked. To be in compliance with Section 3, PHAs or other recipients and their contractors and subcontractors must certify that they made their best efforts to provide employment, training, and contracting opportunities in order of priority outlined in Part 75.9 and met the Safe Harbor benchmarks. If PHAs or other recipients do not meet the benchmarks, to remain in compliance, recipients can report on qualitative efforts that were made to comply with Section 3. Examples of qualitative efforts include outreach efforts, efforts to provide technical assistance, and job or workforce readiness training. PHAs or other recipients and their contractors and subcontractors must maintain documentation or ensure that their subrecipients, contractors, or subcontractors maintains documentation to ensure that workers meet the definition of a Section 3 worker or targeted Section 3 worker. For more information about the Section 3 final rule, its specific application to public housing financial assistance, and to find your regional Section 3 point of contact, you may visit the www.hud.gov/section3 and www.hudexchange.info/programs/section-3 websites.